Travel Robot presents. Here is the list of the top 10 things to do in New Zealand. New Zealand is one of those places that excite the imagination. A land of mystery, Maori folklore, and magical scenery. A country where you can ski and surf on the same day. Hike on a glacier before sinking into a natural hot pool in the evening. Or take a boat through a cave of glow-worms before entering the mystical land of Hobbiton for the afternoon. As a New Zealander, I often forget how incredible my home country is. So as a reminder to myself, and to inspire others to visit this remote island nation, I've compiled a list of the 10 top things to do in New Zealand that will ensure your visit is unforgettable. Although you can see many of New Zealand's top attractions on an organized tour, I normally recommend self-driving if you want the most authentic experience. This allows you to set your agenda and go at your own pace. And while hiring a car is an excellent choice, I'd go one step further and look at hiring a campervan for the duration of your stay. Campervanning is a popular way to tour New Zealand as it saves you money on accommodation costs, saves you the hassle of changing accommodation every few days, and allows a lot more flexibility in your schedule. Here is the list of 10 things to do in New Zealand. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our future updates. Let's start the video. Number 1. Set sail in the Bay of Islands. One of the greatest things about New Zealand is its accessibility. The best sites aren't reserved for the rich and resourceful. Anyone can enjoy the spectacular nature of this wild land. This rings true no more so than in the lush surrounds of the Bay of Islands. What feels like a wealthy sanctuary of perfect beaches, deserted islands, and secluded inlets is accessible to everyone. And this region of New Zealand's North Island is concealing some of the country's most interesting and important historical sites. Hire a boat or a kayak to fully immerse yourself in this slice of paradise. Paddle out to the hole in the rock on Piercy Island, or go in search of New Zealand's marine life. Dolphins, whales, fur seals, and penguins all love this area of New Zealand as much as we do. The best sites aren't reserved for the rich and resourceful. Number 2. Climb a volcanic island. Rangitoto Island is New Zealand's youngest volcano, erupting from the sea a mere 600 years ago. A scenic reserve, the island is uninhabited save for the native birdlife that thrives here. A daily ferry service will deliver you to the island where you can spend the day exploring the various walks on offer, including the most popular summit track. This short, steep track will reward you with breathtaking 360 views over Auckland and its islands. One of the most unique ways of experiencing Rangitoto Island is to take the evening guided kayak. This tour allows you to watch the sun setting from the summit, before paddling back across the Waimangu harbor under the stars. Rangitoto Island is New Zealand's youngest volcano. Number 3. Walk up Auckland's highest volcanic cone. A surprisingly short walk will have you at the top of Auckland's highest volcanic cone, Mount Eden. Catch your breath. It's a fairly steep walk, as you take in the expansive views of Auckland City and its busy harbor. The 50 meters deep crater is unlike anything you're likely to have experienced before. It's a sacred place, so be sure to admire it from above rather than walking through it. View the relics of an ancient Maori village, and on the way back down, check out the Eden Gardens, a tranquil oasis in a bustling city. Number 4. Kayak around Cathedral Cove. Also called Te Whanganui, a high marine reserve, Cathedral Cove is touted as one of the best places to see in New Zealand. Located on the North Island, its isolated position on the Coromandel Peninsula adds to its irresistible appeal. You can't drive to the secluded cove. You only have the option of walking or taking to the seas. Boat tours will allow you to explore the caves and cliffs while learning about the history of the area, while kayaking allows a more intimate experience with the opportunity to park up and enjoy the beach when the desire arises. Also called Te Whanganui, a high marine reserve. Number 5. Hang out at the Hamilton Gardens. Hamilton isn't normally at the top of visitors' wish lists when planning a trip to New Zealand. But there's one very good reason you should be adding this underrated North Island town to your itinerary. The Hamilton Gardens are an award-winning attraction, world-renowned by garden enthusiasts, but little known to everyone else. The thing that makes them stand apart is the elaborate themes they're designed around. Walking through the gardens is like taking a tour around the world, while being much more achievable. Be immersed in the zen-like space of the Japanese garden. Smell the pungent aroma of gardenias in the Chinoiserie garden. Be transported to Italy in the Renaissance garden. And learned about Maori food production techniques in the Te Para Para garden. There is so much to see and do within the garden complex. You could easily spend the majority of the day there. And the best part is that the gardens are completely free to enter. If you're visiting New Zealand with kids, they'll love the complimentary activity sheets and the destination playground at the end. Not to mention the on-site cafe serving up all their favorite treats. Hamilton isn't normally at the top of visitors' wish lists when planning a trip to New Zealand. Number 6. Visit the bubbling mud pools in Rotorua. Rotorua is a hub, quite literally, of geothermal attractions. Powerful geysers, colorful volcanic lakes, and bubbling mud pools can be found sprouting from otherwise innocuous-looking parks around the central North Island town. Among the most popular places to view these otherworldly natural attractions are Hell's Gate Geothermal Park and Waimangu Thermal Wonderland. Waimangu offers a stunning self-guided walk through a unique volcanic landscape, as does the ever-popular Hell's Gate. However, the latter also offers the chance to soak in a therapeutic mud bath after your exploration. If you're looking for a more budget-friendly way to enjoy the geothermic wonders, never fear. There are plenty of simmering basins and bubbling sediments to be found right in the heart of the city. Head to Kayak Park to enjoy the spectacle among tranquil surroundings. If you're visiting New Zealand with kids, they'll also love being let loose in the large playground in the park, quite literally, of geothermal attractions. Powerful geysers, colorful volcanic lakes. Number 7. Be amazed by the Waimangu Volcanic Valley, the world's youngest geothermal system. Waimangu Volcanic Valley was created in mid-1886 by the volcanic eruption of Mount Tarawera, a magical place brimming with bubbling pools, steaming craters, and one of the bluest lakes you've ever laid eyes on. Inferno Crater, pictured above, is a sight to behold, but while it looks inviting, you'd be unwise to swim in the water as it's highly acidic and can get as hot as 80 degrees Celsius, 176 degrees Fahrenheit. Nearby, you'll find Frying Pan Lake, the largest hot spring in the world, and the steaming Cathedral Rocks, the world's youngest geothermal system. Waimangu Volcanic Valley. Number 8. Paddle out to the Mine Bay Maori rock carvings. One of New Zealand's most underrated, yet significant sites is that of the Mine Bay Maori rock carvings. The carvings were a labor of love led by Matahi Brightwell and his team of 4 to create the 10 meters high depiction of his ancestor, Ngātoro Rangi. Located on the side of a low promontory, the carvings are only accessible by navigating the calm waters of Lake Taupo. To get there, you can paddle out in a kayak, take a boat tour, or even fly in by helicopter or floatplane. Whichever way you experience the beauty of these rock carvings, it will leave a lasting impression on you. One of New Zealand's most underrated, yet significant sites is that of the Mine Bay Maori rock carvings. Number 9. Go beach hopping in the Abel Tasman National Park, encompassing one of New Zealand's most unforgettable and unspoiled stretches of coastline. The Abel Tasman National Park feels like a true tropical oasis. Located at the tip of New Zealand's South Island, the national park's beaches are only accessible by foot or boat. The Abel Tasman Coastal Tract will take you around 3 to 5 days to complete, longer if you stop to savor each golden cove. Boat tours and kayaks are also popular options and a good way to find secluded spots in this tranquil hideaway. Keep your eyes on the water at night, and you may notice another natural phenomenon: phosphorescent plankton that glows in the dark as you move through the water. A unique New Zealand experience you're unlikely to forget. Encompassing one of New Zealand's most unforgettable and unspoiled stretches of coastline, the Abel Tasman National Park feels like a true tropical oasis. Number 10. Get acquainted with the Catlins. Visitors to New Zealand often skip over the Catlins in favor of exploring the central South Island. But NZ's southern corner wholeheartedly deserves your attention. Walk past waterfalls, go in search of yellow-eyed penguins at Curio Bay, witness the magic of Nugget Point by sea, and visit the South Island's version of Cathedral Caves. The Catlins is a nature lover's paradise and should not be ignored if you want to experience the true wild beauty of New Zealand. Visitors to New Zealand often skip over the Catlins in favor of exploring the central South Island. That's all for today. So, let us know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for upcoming amazing and informative